Welcome to Grind Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sain. Here are your hosts, Peter and Anthony.
Come on!
Yeah.
Oh, man, big day.
Man.
Big day. Man.
And overtime in the Stanley Cup Final yesterday.
That's right, the final, and they messed it up. They messed it up. They had one extra man on the ice. Do you know that?
No, I didn't actually watch the
They had
game.
an extra man on the ice.
It was
when
on in the bar
when the
last
game-winning
night.
goal was scored.
I told him he should be paying attention to it.
That's right. That's right. That's
No,
right.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see it?
Canvas had TV.
And they got the thing.
For
They got the
first
thing that was stuck in the net or something. It was weird. I'm not sure exactly what happened. But in any event, there you go. Come on.
While I'm messing with it, I don't even remember who won either.
It was the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanches beat the Lightnings, and that's how it goes. So the Stanley Cup Final. If they're gonna call it the Stanley Cup Final, I'm gonna call it the Lightnings and the Avalanches.
I thought that's what you did.
So we're going to do that. That's the way it's going to be. Welcome in, everybody. I am Peter Edmiston. He's Anthony Sain. That's Darian Newsom producing the program. We are Grind Time, and we are happy to be with you on another hot Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight is the night. Today is the day. Things are happening, and it is the NBA draft. And unfortunately, well, I mean, I guess fortunately and unfortunately, it's, when God closes the door, he opens a window. As they say. Now, why doesn't God just open the door and the window? I never understood that. I don't know why God has to just have one or the other. But who am I to question God? Anyway, we have to get off the air 30 minutes early today. We're only on from now until 2:30 when we have a hard out to welcome to the airwaves Ole Miss and Arkansas in a winner-take-all. Winner heads to the College World Series Championship Series to take on Oklahoma. Loser takes a bunch of Jello shots and heads back home.
Up out of here.
That's it. And it all comes down to it. Those guys doing those Jello shots. It's absolutely insane what's happening up at Rocco's Pizza up there. $4.50 a Jello shot. They've sold 17,500 Jello shots. Almost all of them between Arkansas and Ole Miss fans. They're keeping a tally of it. It's a remarkable situation it's got going on there. I don't know if you saw the footage of the Ole Miss fan trying to walk out of the. It looked like when you have when they have the glitch like in Grand Theft Auto or when the guy dies and the arms are sort of spaz. That's kind of what he looked like. He just looked like the guys were just spasming around. It was horrifying. Never imagined that. Anthony Sain, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I had a good time last night.
Yeah, you and Darian, huh?
Yeah, me and Darren.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here, man.
He sang all night,
I was
but
close.
not on the actual karaoke
I'm gonna say this
machine.
right here, man.
He sang all night long.
I can't get with karaoke if the people up there energy ain't good. You know what I mean? Like I need to be up there with a lot of energetic performance. You know
You had a good 3-4 song
No,
stretch,
man.
though.
But I'm saying I was doing better than the people on stage. The people on stage, first of all, they were playing some garbage. Like, bro, why y'all playing this weirdo music, bro? You supposed to play something that's gonna have the people engaged. Like everybody knows the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this one is dedicated to my dead grandmother, cat Susie. Like, man, I don't want to hear this crap. Somebody was singing Hallelujah. Like, man, what in the world?
My boy Luke.
Boy, Luke be tweaking.
Luke was tweaking and twerking.
Luke and it just sound like Michael Jackson in the band.
I think it was the Luke show.
Have you seen the guy that dresses like Michael Jackson for real that comes out there? He dresses like a full Michael Jackson.
You guys didn't comment on my guy that was my fake Snoop Dogg that was running around the crypto? His name was Dupe Snog.
He was duping people for real.
Initially, I actually
Dupe
thought that
Snog.
was Snoop. When I saw it.
No, it's Dupe Snog. It's incredible.
Bro, the best
Dupe Snog.
the best name for impersonators is if your name is like also showing that you're like getting over. Like Dupe Snog and like Izzy Drake. Like those are the best.
Yeah.
Those are the best names.
The
bro.
same way you guys come off the hip of music, I just can't. What about Eater Edmiston?
Yeah, Santhony
Eater Edmiston.
Santhony Payne.
Okay, Santhony.
Catch me at Payne's Barbecue.
Okay,
Narian Dewsum. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about right there. So we got the draft tonight. We got stuff happening. And I got to tell you, it's very exciting to see how this whole thing is going to play out because as of right now, we got a very interesting set of circumstances. Okay, so we have a minor trade that just went down a little bit ago. Lakers
trades are minor.
The Lakers got the 35th overall pick for cash and a future second-round pick. That's about as close to it's a pretty minor trade in the scheme of things, but that's what happened right there. So but there'll be more. There'll be more, and there'll be more significant trades, I would imagine.
I love that deal for the Lakers too, man. Because the 35th pick is in this draft is almost like a first-round pick. So getting yourself up that high in the draft.
It depends on but I mean, you really at this point you're selling the pick. It's a cheapskate move for sure.
Yeah.
From Orlando, but
poverty.
That's I hate that idea just in general.
Selling picks.
Yeah, selling picks just in general.
Just broke.
Hate that idea. But what we have right now is we had a very strange set of circumstances this morning, where Paolo Banchero became the betting favorite, and a significant betting favorite, to be the first overall pick in the draft for about 4 or 5 hours, I would say. Banchero was comfortably the number one selection according to the odds makers. He was a minus 140, I think, and Jabari Smith was like a plus 140, something like that. So I mean, like he was the odds-on favorite for a long time. Now that has since changed. If you check FanDuel Sportsbook today, and right now at this moment, Jabari Smith is a minus 260, so a heavy favorite to be the number one pick. Paolo Banchero is a plus 190, which is still not nothing. And then Chet Holmgren plus 2,200. So really, there is at least some significant thought that Paolo Banchero is still in the mix for that number one pick, not to the degree that he was earlier today. But that's a surprising situation, and Chet Holmgren is seen to be out of it altogether. Now, the circumstances Anthony's saying for that to happen would be, I would assume that this is a situation where you have Houston, kind of having to deal with Orlando playing hardball a little bit to say, man, I know you guys like Banchero a lot. Maybe maybe we'll just take Banchero. I don't know. Maybe we like Jabari Smith, but maybe we don't love him.
Right.
What would you guys want to make a phone call? What do you want to do? And maybe something like that. It may be a possibility that they're not sold on Smith, although they haven't worked Banchero out. So it seems unlikely to me that they'd take a guy first that they hadn't even worked out. But
it's a poverty franchise.
Weird things happen.
Why are we expecting them to do?
So I don't know. I mean, it's been
sense. You've
been thinking that it's going to be Jabari Smith, Holmgren, Banchero in that order, but I don't know, man. What do you think?
Those two guys are both high risk guys to me, Smith and Holmgren. If I'm Houston or Sacramento, I think I'd feel better because I think both of those two guys, Banchero and Banchero and Ivy are both more surefire prospects in my opinion. I'd definitely try to play a little hardball if I were Orlando. I don't think they're competent enough to do the right thing. They probably just need to go up and just pick their guy and call it a night. This Chet Holmgren thing is getting kind of weird to me. Like we talked about this yesterday a little bit with the whole thing about him not giving his medicals to certain teams and not participating in the heart screenings and those type of things. That could backfire on him for sure. I don't know where the money changes at. Where does the money change in the draft? Like for
what do you mean?
Where does it take a significant jump?
It's about. I mean, so it's all. I mean, it's about even, I suppose. I mean, it's it goes down 3-4% every pick. So
yeah. So I just he may end up being in a situation worse than. I think he may be trying to avoid Oklahoma City, but he could end up being in a situation that's worse. He could be in Sacramento. So, who wants to be there? So, do you think there's any chance that Ivy goes above any of those three guys at all?
No.
You think he's the top?
I think it's the thing is that I do think that he's going to end up being the. The only question is whether he's going to end up being the fourth pick. I think he will be, but there is that possibility that Keegan Murray could be. In that spot as well. I don't think Ivy. I think there's just no way because of the nature of groupthink. A lot of times GMs will, when they're at the top of the draft, will take the best guy that they think is plausible, the best guy that's, it's amongst the accepted group. They don't necessarily want to really do anything crazy because they don't want to take that risk being fired if it turns out badly. I think Ivy, as I've said, I think Ivy's the best player in the draft to me. So I would take him first. If you're true to your draft order, if you're true to who you are, if you're true to what you believe in, then that's what you do. But not a lot of teams necessarily have that sort of thing going. Now, as for the Grizzlies, they're still definitely in the mix for a number of different possibilities, trading anywhere from the latter part of the lottery all the way down to doing a few spots up. I feel pretty safe to say they're not going to pick at 22 because that's just not what this front office does. They tend to even if it means just going up a few spots, they tend to do that to make sure that they've got their guys. So you can pretty much guarantee that that's the case. Now, what I found interesting, and I was thinking about this this morning, kind of getting ready for the draft, and I don't think we've talked about it as much. Remember last year? Now, last year was weird. Obviously, timing was weird. There was just weird situation, all that stuff coming off COVID and everything else. It's just a strange deal. But the Grizzlies, we didn't see them trading up to get to 10 to take Zaire Williams. Zaire Williams wasn't on anybody's radar. And so I was just reminded of that because this front office, they truly do have their own board. It is going to be different than everybody else's board. We didn't have Zaire Williams at that spot, but as it turns out, Zaire Williams is going to end up being a very good pick at that spot. Is going to be right for that spot.
Yep.
So that's making me think like all this talk about Dalen Terry and all this talk about Kennedy Chandler and Wendell Moore and all the. I don't know, man. I feel like these Grizzlies have got a tendency to go a little outside the box.
Right.
So I'm trying to think who's the outside the box play that they might be.
I think it's one of the bigs.
Taking a look at who's the outside the box play.
I think it might be one.
You mean like a Jalen Duren or like a
Duren or Williams? I
could see Williams. I said Williams. I really like. Well, Duren I do too, but Williams seems more plausibly gettable.
Right.
For them. I wonder if Shaden Sharp drops.
But I also don't agree with you. I think
if he drops a little bit.
I think
I don't know how far he would drop, but if he drops a little bit,
I think you'll probably hear if they don't get him, but they don't find a way to get him, which I don't think they can. I think you'll hear reports tomorrow that the Grizzlies were going like crazy to chase after Shaden Sharp, like you heard about what's my boy Giddey
Josh
last
Giddey.
year. But like I said yesterday, the Giddey thing makes the Dalen Terry thing make sense because they're both similar style of players. I think that we saw that Josh Giddey's jump shot was a little bit more developed than we thought it was. But based on the prospect information, the scouting report for both, they both have a lot of things similar about their games. So that's why Terry seems to make a lot of sense. I think the Terry thing is real. I think they do legitimately have them high on their board. But I would not be surprised if they make a play tonight that brings them a big instead of a wing like people are expecting. I think the backup point guard stuff is rubbish. I don't think that's real at all.
Rubbish.
I don't think there's any way in the world that their first priority is to get someone to replace Tyus Jones. Because I'm hearing a lot of other people say this nationally and locally too. The Tyus Jones demand thing is just – I don't even think that's – I've never thought that was real. I've never thought that was a real demand for Tyus Jones. I mean – and I think that you'll see that in free agency. There's only a handful of teams that got money. And these teams aren't clearing up cap space to sign freaking Tyus Jones. I mean, that's just not real. I don't think that's a real thing. You know what I mean? So you may look at a situation where the Grizzlies could very well have Tyus Jones back. And they're not going to draft a rookie point guard to come in and be – you can't draft that replacement, not a guy that's going to be your backup point guard. You could get a guy who can kind of help you spell minutes at point guard along with the Desmond Bane or Melton if he's back. But you're not drafting Tyus Jones tonight. So I don't think that's the direction they're looking to go in at all.
No, I wouldn't think so either. That seems I don't.
You're not going to draft a guy that if Ja Morant goes down, you're still a 50-something win team. Like that's not happening. So
I just don't. I don't know. You to me you can't. I don't like that. I don't like that pick either. But I'm trying to think outside of the box of where where the Grizzlies could go or what would be the unusual play for them. Because I still
And you said you don't think Wendell Moore is that? Could be
I mean,
that
I don't think Wendell Moore is that unusual because I think Wendell Moore is a lot of people have him going to the Grizzlies now. So I don't think I don't think that counts as outside the box. I think I think he's in the box, and he's fine. He doesn't just he's fine. He's fine. I'm not.
you just put that what's the name in my head
on fire. Like this is the part where everybody gets excited and talks themselves into all these different dudes. Man, this guy's gonna be amazing. This guy's gonna be incredible. This guy's gonna be this. This guy's gonna Wendell Moore's gonna. And the truth is that
a lot of these dudes are gonna be
most
bums.
everybody's gonna be like
nobody.
Okay, like that's pretty much.
Yep.
I mean that's just where it was. And last year, man, if you remember the draft, it wasn't just the Grizzlies. There were a lot of guys that went, like in a weird spot or in a spot where you just kind of like, what in the like how did this guy end up?
Yeah, man.
I mean, we knew Cade Cunningham was going to be the first pick. We knew Jalen Green was going to be the second pick. Pretty much that's just kind of how you knew it. And then Scotty Barnes was kind of a surprise at 4, and he ends up being Rookie of the Year.
He's my Jay Nivey for the Jay Nivey is my Scotty Barnes this year. So, but anyway,
Zaire Williams was a surprise. Book Night at 11, everyone was like,
Book Night just a perfect
Book Night sucks. He was not good.
That dude was terrible
At all.
Everybody thought my boy cover your ears, Darren.
Kai Jones ended up being drafted 19th.
Yeah.
Hornets had a horrible draft last year.
Cover your ears, Darren. Moses Moody.
It already hit home when he just said Zaire. So
Remember when Josh Primo was drafted? I was like, what? Josh Primo was 12? Yeah. What? Well, Josh Primo was
wow, that number seems so high. You go back and pull up last year's draft.
Josh Primo was 12, and he you know what? I guess that's going to end up being like a pretty good pick. Like he was okay.
Yeah.
You had
my boy in New Orleans? Looks like the kid from Stranger Things. The defensive dude.
Herb Jones.
Herb Jones.
Yeah, Herb Jones was 40. Third somewhere in that neighborhood. Like he was 35th.
Yeah,
he was the 35th pick, just like that pick that's been traded to the Lakers now. 35th pick. He was drafted by the Pelicans. Like you look back at some of these dudes, and you're just kind of like, wow, how did this guy end up here? How'd this guy end up there? And what?
Corey Kispert, remember that?
Yeah, Corey Kispert. Oh man.
Oh man, just a shooter.
Cam Thomas. Oh baby, you got to get some. He's fine. Cam Thomas. He's fine.
Oh man, Atlanta got a steal in Jalen Johnson. That guy
Josh Christopher. Like I like Josh Christopher. Don't get me wrong, but man, everyone was like, "Oh man, Jacob's gonna be."
No. Okay. Everybody, including myself, was like, "Man, the Houston Rockets stole the draft last night. They got
Usman Garuba, my man Usman Garuba.
Where's that dude, man?
He's 20. I don't know what he's doing, but Moses Moody. I mean, Moses Moody, he'd be all right.
He'll be that dude.
But Duarte, Duarte was fantastic, and he was kind of under the. So like, my point is, what we think we know. And what we think we're gonna end up seeing, it's gonna be just a total. Who knows, man?
Yep.
I mean, who
it's
knows?
It's gonna come down to fit, organizational fit,
all that stuff. There's gonna be
a
Josh Primo type guy where it's like, what in the world how this guy's drafted all the way? Like it's like the equivalent of I don't know, somebody taking like your boy Max Christie like in the lottery. Like what? Huh? Okay. All right.
Who do you think could be a guy that could be your Josh Primo, your guy who goes weirdly high to somebody this year?
That's a good question. I got to think about that. Let's see.
Pondering.
Let me think about that. We'll come back. We got Rob Fisher coming on. I want to make sure we get plenty of time with him. Dalen Terry could be that guy.
That's what I was thinking. Him.
He could certainly be that guy.
What about your boy Usman Jing?
Usman Jing, I think, has been picked to be like a lottery pick. So
no, I'm saying, could you see him being a guy that goes like 8, 9 or something? Like
that might be a little high for him. The LaRavia from Wake Forest is getting a little buzz. I think he could end up going, mid-teens as opposed to another guy that might be in that mix. So yeah.
I forgot this. We have never mentioned this. I've been meaning to talk about it for a while. Going to the break. Who has a better agent than Johnny Davis, man? Still got a freaking Taco Bell commercial in the middle of the Mexican pizza being out, and it ain't signed with nobody. Ain't drafted by nobody. That dude might have the best agent in the world, man. Anyway,
absolutely ridiculous. We come back. We'll continue. Rob Fisher is going to join us with his inimitable draft selections. I mean, there's nobody that does it like Fish. Nobody's been hitting the books harder than Fish. We'll talk to Fish. We're also going to talk to our man Dustin Stark, and we're out early today because of the Ole Miss and Arkansas College World Series, a big one. Coverage starts for that at 2:30 right here, Real Sports Talk Sports 56.98.5.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Bellyacre's motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. Two great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Dare Ya or the Double Dare Ya, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Bellyacres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Bellyacres, to become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis, burger shakes and smiles at Bellyacres.
Hey, Mid-South, the Make the Switch event is on now at Gossett, and we're ready to put you in a new ride today. Have you been looking for the perfect vehicle for you and your family, but you're finding inventory's at its lowest? Well, we have the solution at Gossett. Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat on the Pike. Stop the searching, stop the begging for a good deal. Come to Gossett, and we'll order the perfect vehicle for you at no extra charge. It'll be the color, the extras, the one you want to drive every day, all day long. Gossett will order the perfect vehicle just for you. It's easy, won't take long, won't break the bank, won't make you wait for hours. We'll order what you want at Gossett, 1901 Covington Pike. You won't be paying for market adjustments or added costs you can't even figure out. And you will not pay more than MSRP for your new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, or Fiat. Now is the time that you drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat. Online, GossettMotorCars.net. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars. All pricing includes all rebates and incentives, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2022. Dealer stock only.
Mayor Jim Strickland and the Memphis Office of Youth Services present the Mid-South Golden Gloves Regional Boxing Tournament, June 24th and 25th at the Pipkin Building, 940 Early Maxwell. For ticket information, call 901-636-6264.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There's a reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all different betting markets, unique, fun bet types like same-game parlay, and exclusive always-on promotions such as enhanced odds boosts on the biggest events to let you get more action out of every game day. And if you win, they even get you your winnings safely in as little as 24 hours. If you've never tried FanDuel Sportsbook, what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started and be sure to sign up with promo code CASH so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code CASH. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only, $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
The Take It On sales event is still going strong at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Go the extra mile with 41 MPG Highway in your 2022 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. $259 a month or buy for $17,885. Get ready for your summer road trip with 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. $359 a month or buy for $25,285. Plus 2022 Outlander. Vacation ready with 7 seats. We Gossett at $369 a month or $29,005. And you'll always always get our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 72 months at 3.9. Outlander NZO 68336. MSRP 29505. Sport NU 009708. MSRP 26035. G4 NHFO 5848. MSRP 18385. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Grind Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sain.
Who's going to get on that Grizz train tonight?
Somebody.
This man was.
Somebody.
They actually had a guy wrestling who asked everyone to get on the hoe train.
And that was like a real thing.
That was a real thing.
It was all right.
That was fine. His finishing move was called the hoe train. And he had a bunch of strippers, right? I mean, like, what this?
Oh, and he had local strippers every city.
Every city had local strippers. What were we doing?
Yeah, it was a different time, man. Well, he also was doing it at the same time as a guy who was a porn star who came out with a towel on.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I did think those were WWE
Valvinus.
EF girls. Those were actual strippers.
No, those are actually every
city they would go.
Every city they just
I
go to
learned
the strip
something
club
from y'all
that
every
afternoon and
week.
just be like, hey.
Think of the budget. They're not
y'all
going to be paying. They're not going to have
they
girls
pay
that are traveling and
couple
stuff.
hundred,
Yeah.
cash.
Couple hundred and some photos, and that's it.
Yeah.
Dress, in your harlotiest best.
Yeah, they would reach
and
out to the strip club.
Go get in the ring and dance.
So
with-
when he would do this right here, that was legit.
Yeah,
all of that.
Yeah, it was real strippers.
yeah.
Oh,
Plus, you got to think if
And he was known to to go spend some time in the strip club after the show as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it was not.
He was really in that industry though, wasn't he? Ain't that kind of why they made that character?
Yeah, it was. That's part of it. Yeah, that's part of it.
From Papa Shango to the whole.
And him and the Undertaker were like best friends.
Mm-hmm. They had the what's it called,
They called themselves
the
something.
GLK or the click, like it was the gang. Yeah, it was part. It was like a little mini gang kind of thing going on. We got a gang here, the Grind Time gang, and part of that gang is of course Rob Fisher, who joins us now, knee deep in prep after last night watching 901 FC get the job done against FC Tulsa. Now turns his attention to tonight and the draft. Rob Fisher, give me the draft update and the scoop on what you've learned so far.
Apparently, I'm going to Max's.
Yeah!
That's what I'm talking about.
Sain, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, man. Let me tweet that out, man. Just found out another pop star in the city of Memphis will be there. Rob Fisher.
Are you really going to be there?
I think there's a really good chance, yeah.
Okay.
I think, like pop stars do, I'm going to swing
Show your
by
face,
the
yeah.
arena.
Swing by,
Say hi to everybody,
Yep.
glad hand everybody.
Yep.
You're the first person who says, well, I think they should take this. Then I'm leaving.
Get about that.
And then I'm going over and seeing my my pop star friend Sain over at Max.
Yeah, man.
So
That's how you do it,
there's
man.
no is there no Bally sports tonight? We're not going to do anything. Any
No
special?
Valley sports stuff tonight. No, Grizzlies did a thing yesterday on the Grizzlies YouTube channel. That they had a preview for the draft. They asked me to be a part of it, and I said, "Nah."
Trying to fly your finesse.
So I have not had to get knee deep whatsoever. Thus, I haven't called you yet, Peter, about the draft.
I was kind of wondering. I was feeling a little bit left out. But now you don't have to be knee deep in the draft. So that's
I'm
even
looking
better.
I'm looking forward to just kind of watching it, see how things transfold, and see if the Grizzlies are active tonight. I imagine they would be, because it's been a group that's been active over the last few years and of targeting guys and going and getting them. And I would imagine nothing would be different tonight.
Well, that's the thing, is that we were before you came on, we were talking. I was kind of reminding people last night of how unusual it was. The Grizzlies go up and get Zaire Williams, but like that, maybe that wasn't even necessarily the guy that for sure they wanted. Who knows? But he was not necessarily 10th on the draft board of a lot of people. Josh Primo goes 12. He wasn't 12th on anybody's draft board except for the Spurs. And I think tonight could be the same. Like the Grizzlies, they've got a history of very much going by their own drum when it comes to some of these valuations. And I suspect tonight's no different. So it wouldn't shock me. It would shock me if they didn't move up because they've moved up every year to go get their pick. And Fish probably would. I'd be shocked if they ended up kind of going by the conventional wisdom.
I'm with you. I'd be two things. I'd be shocked if they stay in the 3 spots that they're at. I'd be shocked if they came away with 3 guys from the draft tonight.
Yep. Agreed with that.
I just don't expect. I don't think a contending team can afford to have 3 guys, that might not be contributors to your team. You can't afford to have that many guys at the end of your bench. And frankly, where they're picking, that's kind of what you'd be picking. So I don't expect that from this team at all. And plus, with the history of what they've done, Bain, they targeted, they went and got Tilly, Aldama,
Brandon Clark,
Tillman, Clark. All of them. They've gone and they've gotten them and targeted them. So I imagine they have guys targeted, and they'll feel inclined to move if they feel like their guy's going to come off the board. So yeah, there's my draft preview for you. What's going to happen? I don't know, but I imagine something.
I'm going to give you a list of names if you kind of heard thrown around as far as guys that the Grizzlies may be able to move or maybe trying to move. Different reports have listed different guys. I'll give you the guys, and you tell me whether you think they will be Grizzlies tomorrow morning or not. Rob, does that sound
all right?
All right. Because I know you are a pop star. I know you can answer this very well. Let me start off with the softball. DeAnthony Melton.
Man, this is tough because, like I said, I mean, right off the bat, because I don't know. I expect him to make moves.
Yeah, because everyone's saying they expect us to move up, and it's going to require some player to go out with it. So, just want to see.
Yeah, I'm going to say no.
You say he won't be back? Is that what you're saying?
No.
All right, Brandon Clark.
Depends on how big of a deal.
Yeah, I think it depends on the deal with him. Dylan Brooks.
I'm gonna say yes, and yes on both of those.
All right, so you think that crap? I can't remember what I asked you now, bro.
Dylan and Brandon.
All right, so you're saying that Dylan and Brandon will be back, and that D'Anthony's probably the guy that's going to try to move. All right,
as of tomorrow.
I got you.
Can I just say also that I just had an epiphany, and sometimes it feels like things are just sort of faded. And Anthony Sain and Rob Fisher and Darian as well. I've decided that the fate is now smiling upon us because I know who the Grizzlies are going to end up taking.
All right, who?
Oh, really?
Because of his name.
Oh, come on.
Usman. That's how you pronounce it. I just found out that's how you pronounce it.
I heard they're chasing the
Usman.
The Coops Danica in the second round.
Usman coming from the. I mean, come on. Usman Jang is going to be. I mean, is that a Memphis name or not?
Here come the Grizzlies.
Usman to Ja. I mean, come on.
Ja to the Usman.
Come on.
Usman.
Come on, man. I mean, this is his fate. Usman Jang. Grizzlies have had great success with one Jang.
Yeah.
This is another one in the mix.
Look at those hops. Look at those.
Long African, little Uzi vert. Yeah, that's right.
Look at that big Uzi vert.
You got. Ooh, look at that Uzi J from Usman.
Yeah, man. Rob, you can feast on this stuff, could you?
All night. Come on, man.
That's a whole show. Yeah, if we do a recap show, that's easy.
Yeah, I mean, get a couple T-shirts in the tuck as well, man, for sure. The Usman.
I'm telling you, that's what. Or Jeremy Sohan is another guy that could be in the mix as well. Another toolsy type dude. I could see them kind of taking a swing at as well. But yeah, that's the guy that I want to see. I want to see Usman in the mix as well.
I want to see Jaden Ivey.
Well, I would love that.
Oh, man.
I mean, to me, he's the top of my draft board, Fish. My controversial Peter Edmiston draft board. He is number one on my draft board.
I like your draft board. I have a lot of respect for your draft board.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's awesome. I don't know how he fits with this team.
I think he fits beautifully. I don't know. To me, it would be amazing.
But I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, he would probably if in the extremely unlikely circumstance that they end up getting him, he would be a sixth man to start with. But like, I mean, that's fine. Him and Ja, the athleticism would be unguardable.
Crazy.
Unguardable. You had nothing you could do about it. It would just be absurd to watch those guys. My God. That's why I would love to see them figure out a way to go up there and get it. And normally I'd say there's absolutely zero way, but the Kings are at 4th, so you can't rule anything out with the Kings. You just can't.
No, you can't. No, because they're willing to do stupid stuff. So that's fun. That's the team that I would always make my first call to, just to see what stupid stuff they're up for. And yeah, maybe that's a possibility for them because they aren't very smart. But man, Jaden Ivey, I just love him because I remember when he was a high school kid walking around FedEx Forum with his mom, and certainly didn't think anything of him at that point. But man, watching how he's developed as a college player and the athlete that he is, and I know they're very familiar with him because he spent a lot of time at FedEx Forum.
Well, that's the thing, is it would be so much fun, but a great story to bring him to Memphis, where he did spend a bunch of time, and where his mom was on the coaching staff. It was that'd be a fantastic situation right there. Now, Fish, is there a player or players out there, because the Grizzlies have a number of different things, and we saw we're starting to see some movement now in the trade circles. Jeremy Grant ends up being traded to Portland for essentially space. That's pretty much what they got for him. It opens up opportunities for Detroit to maybe sign a max offer sheet for DeAndre Ayton or maybe Miles Bridges, but most likely DeAndre Ayton. So stuff's happening out there, but the Grizzlies have the opportunity. They have the room. They have the potential to do some weird stuff as well. Would it be the wildest thing in the world if they decided to test Charlotte's resolve and made a max offer sheet on Miles Bridges, or maybe offered in, or maybe open up some space for Charlotte to make that offer to Miles Bridges by going out and getting Gordon Hayward and taking him into some money in a Steven Adams and some picks type situation right there. What say you?
Something. I want something, man. I want something. We've talked about it in the past. The roster's not going to be the same. It's going to be different. We know that. Whether it's draft picks, whether it's free agents that are going to leave, or free agents that you're going to bring in, or some sort of trade, the roster will look different. And the thing that intrigues me the most is the roster going to look different in your starting five? Mm-hmm. And that's what intrigues me the most. I mean, are you going to get a guy who's going to be an impact player? Are you going to get a guy that's going to make the starting five different? How big of an impact is the biggest move you're going to make this offseason? And I think it could go somewhere from getting a new starter to just adding a draft pick or two. I think that it's wide open there. But the Grizzlies, they're in such a good position with all the assets they have, draft-wise, for not just this year, but for years to come. And they have some attractive contracts on the books that are final years of the contract, that I think they can make a big splash if they want to make a big splash. I hope it is. I mean, I'm like everybody else. When you talk about Grizzlies players and, we could move this guy, I'm like, I don't want to move that guy. I really like this guy. And I'd be like that with anybody on the roster. But I trust the front office. And if a move would be made, I'd be excited about it. So that's what excites me the most tonight, is just seeing the Woj tweets and seeing the Grizzlies' name come up at some point, because I think it will come up at some point. Now it's just a matter of how big of a deal that's going to be. A Hayward type deal. I don't know. Can we go crazy and say a Bradley Beal type deal, or a Zach LaVine type deal, or do you even explore something? I saw it yesterday that Phoenix is exploring deals for Jay Crowder. I mean, is that a guy that you'd be interested in bringing back? I think there are endless possibilities, and that's what's exciting. And there are no whispers. There are no. I mean, we're going into this blind of what's going to happen, and I think that makes it kind of exciting as well. Just because I expect it to be active, I don't expect them to stand pat. Yet I haven't heard anything or seen anything that has the Grizzlies involved in any big deals. But, this team, this organization, for a while now, they've been very quiet on everything that they do. They keep everything so close to the vest, and then all of a sudden they just pop it on you. So will they pop something on us tonight? I hope so. I want it to be exciting. I want something to talk about tomorrow.
Rob, I just wanted your quick pop star opinion on something that's going on. Wanted to definitely get your opinion on John Moran and Jaren Jackson Jr.'s off-season activity, including Josh just, all over the place doing his thing with the Casamigos, things like that. I think he said he got a case of it for free, shot to him by Casamigos.
Mm-hmm.
Jaren's out here in, I think, Italy. Italy is where Jaren was? What's your evaluation on the superstar lifestyle of John Moran and Jaren Jackson, our two young superstars here in Memphis?
It's fantastic. They're doing it right. Get away from the game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just have fun. I mean, they're young guys, and a lot went into this season, and I think they need to get away for a few weeks. And when they get back, they'll be fresh and they'll be ready to go. I mean, hey man, that's what pop stars do. They have fun. They have fun and take advantage of the moment. But when it gets down to business, they'll get down to business.
Yeah, exactly.
So I hope they keep having fun, and But then here in the next month, let's get back to work. They'll be out in Vegas, I'm sure, watching the young guys in the summer league, and start working out then, and then get back here and start it all over again. So yeah, go have some fun while you can. I'm all for it. I'm on team fun for the summer.
And I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but the video of Jaren and Brandon Clark in the nightclub and the Bottle Girls had the Grizzlies t-shirts on. I was like, yeah, man, that's the most baller thing I've probably ever seen in my life.
I mean, these are 22-year-olds with like lots of money, and like, come on, good Lord.
Very, very similar, but a little different. That's what Sain and I are doing tonight at Max's.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Gonna be great.
You got the girls coming out?
Can't wait for the video that we put out tonight.
You got the Sain girls, the pop star girls
with the NBA Sain logo on it.
Yeah. Got those pop star girls
with the little fireworks.
You need to talk to the Godfather about how to get some girls to be part of your.
Hey, now that we've mentioned that we're going to be there, it's going to happen.
Oh, so, I mean, it's just too much.
Bring your sparklers and your.
Come on now, you got the Casamigo shots coming out for everybody. Jello shots, all that stuff. Come on now, let's make it happen. I think,
we may need to call Max's because we got to do one of them shots.
Oh, I think tonight. I genuinely, I don't know. The thing that's also interesting, Fish. I hear a lot of these, and there's a lot of these reports and stuff that are out that come out about this, that, and the other. And this team's looking to do this. This team's this is that. The betting markets get weird, like they did this morning for Paolo Banchero. But I will remind everybody. And you can speak to this because you're kind of straddling the line on the inside and the outside of the process. A team like Memphis, for example, has zero leakage. Like they don't leak. Like there's just nothing coming out from that organization. They've used to not anymore. They button it up pretty tight. Most organizations are pretty tight these days. There's not a lot that just kind of comes out the way that it used to. It's just the nature of how they've kind of they've gotten people from different walks of life. They've buttoned up the communication department. Sometimes they've got their own internet stuff and kind of can do a little more publicizing the stuff they want to publicize on their own and not worry about anything else. So I remind people there's a reason why things come out. Nothing just comes out accidentally anymore. Like Team X is talking to Team Y about this. Like the thing with Jake Fisher. Talking about how the Spurs are talking to Atlanta in a John Collins deal that might involve DeJounte Murray. That came out for a reason. Now, what reason is that for John Collins people to try to put pressure on? Is that a Spurs thing? I don't know. But I would encourage everyone, and Fish, you could speak to this, like think about why something is out there. Because it's not out there just because some dogged reporter happened to stumble upon a story. He's getting the information from somebody for some reason. But why is that? Think about that when you're looking at these things.
Right. And that person gave it to him to put that information out there.
Exactly.
Because to either help, it's either an agent or it's a front office member trying to gauge what the reaction's going to be. Or like you said, maybe put pressure on an organization. Or an organization letting everyone know that a guy's available. I mean, those things, they happen a lot less than it used to, like you said. But, yeah, I think everything that's put out there, you always have to think from all different angles who it could be coming from. Is it this player's agent? Is it a team representative? Is it the other team representative? It could be a lot of different people. It could be trying to get a better contract. It could be trying to get moved. I mean, there's an agenda behind every broken story. Mm-hmm. You just have to figure out who that agenda is coming from.
Mm-hmm. That's I always just want people to, before you hit that retweet button and just go crazy.
Right.
Number one, verify that it's not a fake account.
Also, make sure there's a blue check mark.
Yeah, make sure the blue check mark. Make sure it's not Woj with like an I or something weird, and make sure it's
O for Woj.
Not like Sharms Charania or something like that. Make sure you got the right situation out there.
Yeah.
The second thing is, think about like why is this coming to our attention? Because I can promise you this, if the Grizzlies do something, and I with all due respect to all the various writers and stuff covering the Grizzlies, ain't nobody putting it out there before the Grizzlies do, possibly Woj about 30 seconds before the release, which is what happened with the Taylor Jenkins contract extension. It was like Taylor Jenkins has agreed to extension. Then like 30 seconds later, here comes the press release and all that stuff. Like, they might throw Woj a bone because they want to, stay in his good graces. But it ain't going to be, some random. It's just not. So just buckle up because you genuinely do not know.
No, I was saying that I was on with Stats and Gabe the other day, and I told them the same thing. I mean, you can listen to sports radio all day, every day on either station. You can listen to Grind City Media, who's a Grizzlies media affiliate. And everyone who's talking about the draft, it's all guess. It's no inside information. It's all guessing. It's all kind of looking what the Grizzlies have done in the past, looking at trends of the past and thinking of what they might do this year. But like I said, you come into this draft and anything you say about the Grizzlies is just guesswork completely. And, and you're right, because they keep it quiet. They keep it quiet from their own in-house media. That's just the way that they've operated, and they've done a heck of a job on it. And it's come to the point, that those of us who follow the Grizzlies, those of us who cover the Grizzlies, those of us who even work for the Grizzlies, we just expect to hear it when it happens, because that's what this front office has done. And, I don't have a problem with it. I know some people might have a problem with it, getting the story to the national guys before you get it to the local guys. But that's how it works now.
Unfortunately, that's how it works. I mean, that's just I wish it were different, and we can talk about all the reasons why and all that stuff, but that's the way it is. So you just have to kind of know what's going to happen. All right, so Rob Fisher, you may be out there tonight at Max's with Anthony Sain.
I'm coming.
We'll see. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen.
Pop stars in the building.
Big news.
Photos,
Pop stars.
Pictures, $20 a piece.
Autographs will be available.
Bring your phones, a lot of selfies. We're going to have a good time.
No, you got to leave your phones in the car. You got to leave them phones in the car, man. We don't need nobody.
I got to leave the phones in the car. That's right.
Matter of fact, we might be confiscating phones. We might be one of them kind of nice, man.
Drake, NDA kind of thing.
Yeah, we signing NDAs and everything.
Yeah, that's okay.
Me and Rob in the same building? Oh, no. You got to sign this NDA. Darian Newsom going to be there, too?
Uh-oh.
True.
Darian. Our good friend, Darian Newsom, the producer of this program.
There, you going to chime in on that? You going to co-sign it?
Oh, Rob know what it is. We good.
Okay, just make sure the people know, man.
Me and Rob have discussions every Thursday.
There it is right there. All right. Do your thing, Rob Fisher. We'll see you tonight.
Have fun tonight. I hope it's exciting.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
All right, Rob Fisher joining us on the program. We'll come back and continue our discussion. So we got Dustin Starr coming up. A reminder, we're off the air at 2:30 today because of Ole Miss and Arkansas in the College World Series. Back after this, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56.98.5.
You have opinions?
You bet.
Of course you do. Everyone does. Hit us up on the AutoZone listener line, 360-8255, 360-8255.
Let's talk savings, Mid-South. Colin Johnston here from DeSoto Auto Sales. I want to go camping, but I can't till I sell more cars. So this month, my sticky situation could be your sweet solution. You could save a ton on a nicer, newer car. The more you spend, the more you save. Been burned by credit before? My For the People credit approval process is sweeter than chocolate. We want to help you drive a nicer, newer car today. So if you want to be a happy camper, stop burning up in a car you hate. Truck on down to DeSoto Auto Sales today. But hurry, this deal's done once I finally go camping. I'm Colin Johnston, your dealer for the people. New cars are arriving daily. See them all at DeSotoAutoSales.com. That's DeSotoAutoSales.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Vehicle purchase price determines actual discount. Offer absolutely expires on June 30th, 2022.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If you have damage to your home and have your insurance carrier involved, you need a great contractor. You also need a team that has seen claims of all shapes and sizes, residential or commercial. After our inspection, we'll share our findings and give you our professional opinion. Some people say you get what you pay for. However, our opinion is free. Trust the name you can depend on, like the tens of thousands of families Brian and I have served over the past 20 years here in the Mid-South. Brian Elder Roofing. We'll measure your roof from outer space and share our team's experience for your property and claim. Repaired roofs, replacement roofs, big roofs, tiny roofs, insurance roofs, flat roofs, TPO roofs, asphalt roofs, tile roofs, slate roofs, metal roofs. If your roof needs some love, call me. 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing and Contracting.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Your favorite Italian deli, Lucchese's, now ships. For over 25 years, Memphis has trusted Lucchese's to feed their loved ones. And now they've created 4 great comfort food meals that can be shipped across the country to your family and friends. Enjoy lasagna, ravioli, tortellini, spaghetti, Italian spinach, and delicious sauces with no MSGs, no preservatives, and no artificial colors. Lucchese's can ship anywhere in the U.S. All you need to do is go online to lucchese's.com to place your order or call 901-766-9922.
Hey, Jeff Allen, I'm ready to get my Kia on. What's happening over on Mount Moriah at Gossett Kia South?
Hey, I know the car business is crazy right now, but we got them on the lot ready to ride. I've got a 2022 Kia Forte LXS $210 a month, 2022 Kia Soul LX $223 a month, both 36-month lease and $27.99 due at signing. Plus 2022 Kia Sorento LX $315, 36-month lease and $34.99 due at signing.
And Jeff, your Kias are always equipped with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia Mount Moriah.
2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com. All 36-month leases, $650 acquisition fee, $30,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, 0 security deposit. Forte, $89,89,848, MSRP $20,770, sold in $78,68,67, MSRP $20,880. Sorento, NG $128,223, MSRP $31,980. Must finance through Kia plus tax Highland license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 7/5/22. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
What is all over you? Is that barbecue sauce?
Yep. Grabbed a rack of ribs from Central Barbecue on the way in.
And what ate them in the car?
I was running kind of late.
Why not? I mean, if you're going to eat in the car while you drive, why not skip the sauce?
Can't skip the sauce, man. Even though Central Barbecue's slogan is smoke is our sauce, I still got to have at least one of their signature sauces.
I can't believe I'm going to ask this. Which sauce did you get?
All of them.
That was going to be my guess.
Yep. Alternated mild, hot, sweet, heat, mustard, and vinegar. Took a few minutes, but totally worth it.
I thought you said you were running late.
That's why I was running late.
The NBA playoffs is the world's greatest celebration of basketball. Hennessy champions the moves players are making on and off the court because true greatness is making a long-term impact on your community. Make moves that start movements. Hennessy, the spirit of the NBA. Please enjoy Hennessy responsibly.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Now, back to Grind Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sain.
The liftoff theme, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Brooks Koepka for life. Yeah. Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, Tiger, how can you do it? Tiger Woods, how can you do it?
Tiger Woods. He's out here to represent. He's the third man. Tiger's the third man.
Hogan has betrayed WCW.
Tiger Woods has betrayed the PGA Tour.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I probably don't door is shut. Ever give it to professional wrestling. That man did right there, Hulk Hogan. Let's get everybody out of the dressing room right now and kick his rear end.
That's what they said when Brooks Koepka announced, let's get everybody out of the locker room and kick his rear end. Oh, my God. A career of a lifetime ruined. Unbelievable.
I had to get that one going. That was from Monday. I wanted to get you guys that Monday, but y'all having so much fun with
good,
the
man.
NWO. It is. It goes great with it. It actually does. The Live Golf versus the PGA Tour.
Now you can step up to the tee and take a swing at betting the PGA Tour on FanDuel Sportsbook. And why didn't you listen to me? Or maybe you did listen to me. Darian, you were trying. I tried to help you. You're talking about how you want to make some money back. And I understand that. And I respect that. And I'm trying to help you. I talked about this yesterday. You have a no-sweat first bet. New customers at FanDuel Sportsbook have a no-sweat first bet, and you can bet the PGA Tour. If you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back in free bets. And I tried to tell you. I said, take Rory McIlroy to win this thing. He's mad. He's motivated. He's upset. He's trying to make a point to the Live Golf people. And look who's in the lead right now, if it isn't old Rory McIlroy, shot an 8-under par 62 atop the leaderboard. Now, y'all listen to me. Use promo code BIGHEAD and listen to me. I'm trying to make y'all money. Unbelievable. It's a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Great promotions every day. Get paid fast, safe, and secure. Darren, you could have had the money back. All you had to do is just listen to me. That's fine. That's all right. It's FanDuel Sportsbook. Download the app. Free to get started. No problem, man. Download the app. Check it out. If you want to get in, you can get a no-sweat first bet. No worries with FanDuel Sportsbook. Again, use promo code BIGHEAD, official betting operator of the PGA Tour. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call Tennessee Red Line 1-800-889-9789. So we got to talk. Man, there's some big doings going on. Press conference up in Nashville as we were speaking for Ric Flair's last match, which will be happening at the end of next month.
Oh, my God.
At the Nashville Fairgrounds that have been renamed the Nashville Flair Grounds for that particular match. We'll talk to Dustin Starr about that. We'll talk about the latest on the WWE situation and Vince McMahon and his nonsense. And we'll get into a whole lot more. Hour number 2 on the way. Remind, this will be our last segment. Our next segment will be our last because we're going to head over to Ole Miss baseball at 2:30 against Arkansas on a big one in the College World Series. Stick around. Hour number 2 is next.
So you need to sell your house? I have the solution. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Any house, any area, as is. It's literally as simple as that. Just pick up your phone. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your house fast, call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkheimer for Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. It's our 34th anniversary at Sunrise, and we're celebrating with a sale and savings that are bigger than ever. Over 600 new and used cars and trucks to choose from with huge Sunrise savings. See the entire inventory at sunrisememphis.com. Hundreds of pre-owned vehicles with a lot specializing in cars and trucks under $10,000. Credit not so hot? It's okay. At Sunrise, we specialize in secondary credit and have financing for everyone. New cars and trucks aren't free, but at least they're affordable at the 34th anniversary sale going on now at all Sunrise locations. Covington, Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville.
Like, I don't know. Can you just pick something and order? Yeah, but anyway, where are you at? You don't look...
It only takes 2 seconds of distracted driving to become a statistic. You can lose your driving privileges, your vehicle, face jail time, or even lose or take a life. Slow down, Memphis. The life you save may be your own. Brought to you by the Memphis Police Department, Traffic Operations.
How do you grow your business without spending more on credit card fees? Call Blake Jones, your local Mid-South Advanced Merchant Services representative. He works with your business to help it grow up to 3.9% instantly. Small business owners already have enough cost. Let Blake Jones help you lower your credit card processing cost risk-free. Absolutely no cost to you, the small business owner. Call 662-408-9324. That's 662-408-9324. Call Blake Jones today and start saving money tomorrow.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farmall that's right for you.
Hey Dad, cool if I change this?
They may not get each other's music, but they can both get a COVID-19 booster shot. Because the CDC recommends booster shots for people 12 years and older after completion of a primary series. Schedule an appointment as soon as you are eligible. Sponsored by BioNTech and Pfizer.
Have you been looking for a cigar lounge that's laid back and offers style and a full bar and a great selection of cigars? Now let me tell you about the G-Spot Cigar Lounge, Memphis's premier cigar lounge, offering a wide selection of cigars, open 7 days a week starting at 12 noon for your smoking pleasure. Come kick back, enjoy a beer or a cocktail and a cigar while watching sports on one of their several TVs. G-Spot Cigar Lounge on Instagram and Facebook at the G-Spot Memphis, located at 6135 Mount Moriah Road, Suite 116. Let's say you need a new car, so you go to a dealer, right? Wrong. You need to go to Mount Moriah Auto Sales. Why? Because why limit yourself to just one kind of car when you can choose from all kinds of cars, SUVs, and trucks? All different years, all different makes, all different models. Really good prices, too. Now, everyone says that about the money, but Mount Moriah Auto Sales proves it. They work hard to get you the deal you want, even financing. Plus, they have a huge full-service department to help you take care of your car. So many choices at Mount Moriah Auto Sales. They're almost unlimited, with new vehicles coming in every day. Now, these are really good cars and trucks and SUVs that you'll want to drive. And yes, low miles too. It's so easy. Just go to Mount Moriah Auto Sales, tell them what you want, but keep your eyes open because you might just find the car of your dreams. Mount Moriah Auto Sales makes it all possible. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner, right on the price, right on Mount Moriah.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253 DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Grind Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sain.
This is back when they were ripping off music. This is a little Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yep, I saw. I was watching a video on YouTube about DDP. We can talk to Dustin about this as well. We got time. But they were talking about how he had that gimmick where he was like being like an over the top version of his real personality, being the motivational speaker.
Yeah, the one.
He had like the
Dallas.
He had like the
little mic,
little wireless mic on his face. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Bring out Dustin Starr, you skinny jeans, slick haired coward, you.
Oh, yeah.
You pretty boy. What's going on, Dustin?
Oh, Dustin Starr, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys?
Got it.
Dustin,
what's going on, man?
It's going to be a busy day. We got the NBA draft tonight. Grizzlies are going to be doing something. Who knows what they're going to be doing? Probably not just picking, just like normal. I don't think that's what they're going to do. They don't tend to do that. But we'll see. We will see. You got that going on, of course, Dustin. And in the world of professional wrestling, it is wild, Dustin. It is wild, and the weekend in Nashville with SummerSlam is setting up to be crazy. The press conference just ended up in Nashville for Ric Flair's last match, which is taking place at the Nashville Flair Grounds that weekend as well. And
I like it.
They didn't have any comment about who his opponent is going to be. He said he didn't know. Didn't have to be a big name. Do you think are they going to have trouble finding people to work Ric Flair, given he's 70 some odd years old, and he's got a pacemaker, he's on blood thinners? I mean, like,
oh my God!
As a worker, would you just honestly, like, if they said, "Hey, Dustin, man, we're going to pay you, good money to come up here and work Ric Flair and do the job in Flair's final match," but you're gonna have to get after him a little bit. Like, would you be able to do that?
Well, I mean, everything would be cool except for the part is I have to put him over. I mean, I can't put over a 90-year-old man. Come on, we're too close to Memphis. We already have that problem here, Peter.
No, I was going to say there's some folks around here that have some experience with
You're right.
wrestling the elderly. So you have to be.
Well, nobody more so than myself. I think I've wrestled Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler both.
Oof.
In their mid-70s, late 70s. I've probably wrestled them more than anybody. So if anybody could do the job, it's definitely me. But yeah, I think it shows you how big of a deal this is. I mean, the WrestleMania thing where he had his retirement match was a huge deal, obviously, and I guess just didn't get out of his system. So they booked like a 2,000-seat building over, I think, at the fairgrounds. They sold it out super fast. So I actually think that Conrad Thompson has purchased the rights to Crockett Promotion.
He has.
So he owns that.
And he's got David Crockett he's got David Crockett fronting it up now. And doing like reports like they used to do the Control Center on WCW and all that stuff. So he's got that.
So they've actually moved it to a 7,000-seat, I guess, smaller arena, which I think is the smart thing. I think they can sell out 7,000 seats, but I think the initial thing is they reached out to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I heard that he declined it. So there have been a couple people that they've reached out to. It was thought that it might be a tag match, just so Flair doesn't have to work the entire time. It's a little bit safer. I don't know if, the typical everyday wrestling fan knows, but, guys like X-Pac or Shark Boy or just various talents that's had injuries throughout the years or kind of on the tail end of their active career. They feel more comfortable doing a battle royal or a tag match. So I could see Flair doing a tag match. But really the point here is it's Ric Flair. It doesn't really matter who he's going to be in there with. He's going to sell all the tickets. There is an undercard that they haven't even announced yet. So there's a high possibility with this thing going down in Nashville that you'll probably see some familiar faces or hear some familiar names, whether it's from Memphis or Nashville or in between. But it's going to be a big show. It'll be a big show, but nobody knows who Flair is wrestling yet. I listened to a lot of Conrad Thompson's podcast just to see if I can get any kind of, Easter eggs or hints or anything. And he did kind of tell a little joke to Jeff Jarrett that, maybe there's been a little bit of an issue trying to book the right talent to wrestle Ric Flair. So I have no idea.
It is cool though. I don't either. I don't either. And I think, Conrad, I think has done a really nice job. His career is pretty wild how he's built that up from, just doing the podcast to getting Bruce Pritchard to then now he's, kind of in the mix with a whole bunch of dudes, changing careers and he's become a mover and a shaker in the business for sure.
Yeah, totally. Well, and he started at the top too. I mean, when you're Ric Flair's son-in-law,
that does help.
You have access. Yeah, you have access to some real big names. Look at his roster: Tony Schiavone, Arn Anderson, Eric Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett. I know there's some new podcasts.
Yeah, he's got William Regal, DDP, Jake the Snake.
He's killing it. He needs some help.
Kurt Angle. He's got. I mean, tons of guys. Like it's pretty wild to see all that. Now, some of them I know they just announced a couple matches for that show. I know that the Wolves against the Motor City Machine Guns is going to be out there. I know that there's going to be
Impact tag team match.
Yeah, I know that's it's been one that's been a while upcoming. Impact Josh Alexander takes on Jacob Fatu, so Impact against MLW for his world title. That's a good match right there. But the big thing, the thing I do like is that as you mentioned the Crockett Promotions, you get a guy like David Crockett who's done a lot for the business and was kind of exiled after the sale of Crockett Promotions to Turner, and man, for him to get back and kind of just get to go back and do some of that stuff again, I think that's really cool for his family.
I think so too. I think seeing it come back alive or to life, in 2022. Last time we saw it was it the 80s? Mm-hmm. The last time?
Yep.
And so Conrad, I feel I feel like that this is very similar to what we've kind of been doing in Memphis, but not exactly, bringing back something that was beloved so many years and seeing what it looks like in today's day and age. And I think that it's going to be successful. I think this is just the first one. I mean, he's gotten extremely lucky, not only working with, and there's a little bit of luck that comes in business, working with Ric Flair and some of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
The undercard that you mentioned, the Machine Guns, Jacob Fatu, Josh Alexander, those guys are on the tippy top. Whether they're in Impact or MLW, those are really big wrestling companies, top 5 in the United States. So even the undercard is going to be big. I think Crockett Promotions has legs. He's got Arn Anderson, David Crockett, Ric Flair. There's so many guys that are still around that people would like to hear from.
No question.
At least on a podcast or whatnot. So I think he's got a little gold mine there. We'll see how it develops. But doing the Ric Flair's last match is a pretty good way to start.
Oh, there's no question about that. What do you make of what's happening in WWE right now with the return apparently of Stephanie McMahon, who was sort of pushed aside like a month ago, and then reports that the WWE Development Center down in Orlando, the Performance Center, Triple H came in yesterday and said something about how he's back in some capacity, but we don't know exactly what that means. What do you make of what's going on?
I have a much different feeling than what I kind of had last week. Now that everything has simmered down a little bit, we saw Vince on SmackDown. He didn't say much, but I think that him just being there said a lot. He's not going anywhere. He was back on Monday Night Raw. Looks like John Laurinaitis is on administrative leave at this point, so he's probably going to take the fall for whatever happens.
Yep, looks like he's good. Somebody's going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a different feeling about it now. I feel like Vince isn't going anywhere. I feel like that he did cheat on his wife and he covered it up with company money. But does Linda even care? Because now the stories are coming out that they don't even live together. They're not even together or whatever the case may be. So that kind of, she's not taking the company from him or anything like that. So I don't know, man. I just know that they've got SummerSlam coming up. It's going to be in Nashville. They've got some good stuff going on. Cena's coming back. I thought that was really big. And it wasn't a shock at all that Brock Lesnar came back because he's on the poster for SummerSlam. So, there is a lot going on. And I always felt like Stephanie would be at the head of WWE at some point, but I didn't know that this is how it would be. Maybe that could be the temporary thing. Maybe this is the passing of the torch, so to speak, and Vince is still, involved creatively, but just not over everything. And Triple H, I don't know why he was taken away from NXT to begin with. I don't even know if that was a clear story because they changed the product, and I felt like it was successful, even though they couldn't really go head-to-head with AEW. I don't know that it was really fair, the rosters and such. So,
Well, it's not as if it's been like just doing amazing things since he left or anything like that. I mean, it's
right.
Not like the numbers.
It feels like more of a B show than ever.
Yeah.
Since Triple H left the
I
brand.
agree.
Like it's almost like they gave up.
Yeah, it does feel that way. I don't know. It's going to be weird to see how it goes, but I mean, you're going to have. I don't know. He's going to have to die. I mean that literally.
Not on screen.
Not on, maybe on screen. I mean, I don't know. Possibly.
I mean, he might.
He might. If anybody's going to, it's going to be him.
If anybody would have a Coming to America 2 funeral.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because that guy, truly his life is the wrestling business. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't think he has anything else in his life. Anything. Not.
I think you're right.
So I don't. He can't leave. If he's one of those, we all know people, that when they lose their job, that's kind of their thing. Like they work forever, and then when they lose their job, that just kind of takes away that little zest for life that they had. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
I can't see him doing anything else other than working in this business and owning WWE.
Yeah, I know. We all have friends and family that whether it's the dad losing his wife or the wife losing her husband, and then shortly after, they've grieved and then they pass away. And, I feel like the same could be said on some people's jobs, like you mentioned, and we don't know the true story of Vince. Like if him and Linda are split up, or if they're not, living in the same house, or whatever the case may be, I can only imagine that he is like literally living his job.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because I have a very small wrestling company, and if something happened to where I was by myself, I would live it. I don't know what else that I would do. You know what I mean? So Vince, on a much, 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 much larger scale, I don't even know how the guy sleeps.
Well, some jobs, as you said, Dustin, some jobs have a tendency to take up as much room as you'll let them. Some jobs, are just like basic. Like if you work as a, you're driving a truck, like that's what you do. You drive the truck till you get there and you load it up. Then you unload, you come back, go home. That's what it is. It's pretty like cut and dried. But owning a business and running a wrestling business, because there's so many people, so many moving parts, so many things to plan, you got as much work as you want. If you want to keep working 24/7, you probably can find plenty of things to work on. It's a matter of, finding that work-life balance. And for Vince, the way he got his work-life balance was he had every single person in his home life working with him. Like just have them come to work, because that's all he can do.
Man, I wish I had family that could take tickets, run concessions, and do all that. I could see how it would bring a family closer together, just because, and I mean that as in my own, well, maybe for them too, because their company is so big. In order to see each other with the jobs that they kind of have to work together. I was looking at it more like a family-owned business, to where we can all hang out and do something successful together. I don't necessarily have family that can help me do that. So Vince is lucky in that sense, especially to have such intelligent family members, whether it's Stephanie, Shane, Linda, Triple H, who's married into the family. They all seem to know the business and, have a good head on their shoulders. They're all very successful. There's not one yet that you're like, well, there's the rotten apple of the bunch. And usually every family has that somewhere.
What do
maybe Vince is the rotten one.
It looks like Vince may well be the rotten one for sure. All right. So we've got the Forbidden Door this weekend. I know you guys are going to be over at Dave & Buster's to watch 7 o'clock on the pay-per-view. We've got John Moxley back in the mix against Tanahashi. Should be a great one there. You've got Jay White in a 4-way versus Okada, Hangman Page, Adam Cole for the IWGP World Championship. You've got the AEW All-Atlantic Championship, Malachi Black in a 4-way with Miro and Ishii and Pac. You've got a bunch of titles on the line. Will Ospreay in the mix against Orange Cassidy. Really looking forward to that matchup as well. The Bullet Club versus Sting's group, the Dudes with Attitudes. This could be a really fun and kind of a throwback to when WCW used to do the IWGP and in New Japan mixed pay-per-views. Those are often very fun.
Can I be honest though?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care.
Oh, okay. All right. I like your honesty. I appreciate that.
The reason I say is
they may not appreciate it, but,
Well, when I tune into AEW, I want to see the AEW guys. I want to see the AEW, women's wrestlers. That's what I want to see. Like when they were doing the thing with Impact Wrestling here recently, it was good. It was cool. I appreciate it, but I'm not as big a fan of Impact as I am for AEW, and the same goes with New Japan. So they've introduced a lot of new characters to me. A lot of them I've heard of before, but I just hadn't had the opportunity to see, and that's my fault. Like Will Ospreay, there's so much just hype around him that I don't know that he could ever live up to any of the expectations. And he is so good, but they talk so highly of him, or Tanahashi and Okada. I thought that Tanahashi was a step behind everybody that he was in the match with last night. I felt like Okada didn't really fit into what AEW was doing last night on Dynamite. So it's going to be a really good show, and it's going to be awesome. But the ones that are going to enjoy it the most are those that are diehard New Japan fans. And so I think that's what AEW is doing, is those diehard New Japan Pro Wrestling fans, please buy our pay-per-view because we're already sold out. And I think it's going to draw. It's going to do really well. It's going to be an awesome show. But we mentioned flavors of ice cream, and AEW is one of my favorite flavors of ice cream, so to speak. But then, New Japan, it just hasn't hooked me yet. And that's the only thing. I'm still going to be there at Dave & Buster's. I'm still going to love the matches. It's still going to be awesome. I just feel like that is not targeted to me as the type of wrestling fan that I am.
I get it. All right. So, Dustin, what's coming up for you guys this weekend? What do we need to look out for on Championship Wrestling from Memphis?
This weekend on Saturday, we have the women's division in the main event. A lot has gone down with the Internet Championship and all that. Hollywood Click is running amok. So we've got our debuting Goddess of the Night. Nyx is making her first appearance on Memphis Wrestling. She'll go one-on-one with DDT in the main event. And, of course, we're all gearing up not only for Forbidden Door on Sunday, but Money in the Bank is going to be really good next Saturday night. We'll be at Dave & Buster's for that. And then, of course, on July 10th, somebody is getting whooped. I ate lunch with Al Capone yesterday, and the way that he's talking, I think he wants to get in the ring. I think he wants to fight somebody here at the Wrestle Center.
Okay. All right.
So Al Capone.
He wants to whoop that trick for real.
BLJ, they'll all be here. We're going to debut a brand new logo, new theme song, and all sorts of stuff on that day. And also half of the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions, Big Con from the Ascension, he'll be here. So there's no telling who he's going to beat up. So all the tickets are available now. ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. If you use the code word early, you'll save $5 right off the top.
Love it. Fantastic. Dustin, we appreciate it, man. We'll talk next week.
I'll see you guys at Dave & Buster's.
Oh yeah. Dustin Starr joining us. All right. Anthony saying we are
get up out this joint.
We're up against it because we got to make way for a huge one with Ole Miss and Arkansas, winner to the College World Series final series.
Let's go Rebels.
What it's all about. Hogs, Rebs going at it. Of course, you'll hear the coverage here in just a few moments. Official prediction tonight, how many picks do the Grizzlies make?
Oh, I think they make 3.
3 picks?
Yeah. They're the second pick is probably going to be a guy that won't get a contract, probably going to be a two-way guy. But I think they come out with 2 rookies they're adding to their roster. They're going to be playing in rotation. Well, in their on the active roster. They have 2. But I think they'll draft all 3.
Okay. All right. So you think they'll use all 3?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to use all 3. I think they'll.
They're going to put 22 and 29 together.
I think there'll be some consolidation there. Yeah.
I guess.
Who goes first, Lester Quinones or Josh Minot?
Josh Minot. By a mile.
Nobody drafting.
You don't think so?
Lester not get drafted. No.
He'll be on somebody's roster. Like he'll be a guy that you see.
It's a third round pick.
That 11 o'clock tweet.
The man sent him to the third round.
It's a third rounder.
He'll get that 11 o'clock tweet for real.
All right, but y'all enjoy it. Enjoy the Ole Miss game. Enjoy College World Series action, and we will recap what could be a very influential night, or maybe it'll be nothing. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll have all that for you tomorrow. Until then, y'all be good.
Be sure to follow us at Sports56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and